What up, y'all? I'm back with another video. I'm up early right now, so if my voice sounds different, or my hair looks nappier than usual, or the lighting looks different, I apologize for that. But I'm here to review Lil Dicky's debut album, Professional Rapper. I did not even know who this was, or plan on listening to this album, cause didn't know who it was. But luckily, my boy Baller, shout out to him, he tweeted me and said, go ahead and review this album. I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and check it out and decide if I want to review it or not. Oh, I'm reviewing it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Lil Dicky, by the way, he is a Jewish rapper from Philadelphia. Um, his debut album, from what I heard, it sold like 25,000 units the first week. His inspirations are J. Cole, Drake, ASAP, and I believe those are the three main guys. He started a Kickstarter group, or a Kickstarter, and it was to raise $70,000 to release a debut album. But he sold it funded over like 113,000. So yeah, that's the power of the internet. That's the power of having real fans right there. So let's go ahead and get into this. Meet the Birds interlude, track 1. This is basically him just talking to his parents, and like they can't hear him, and he's trying to talk to him, but his dad won't shut up, and his mom's like, will you shut the hell up and let him speak, and what's going on with him? But anyway, let's get into track number 2, Professional Rapper. This shit right here, the beat is so smooth, it's hard. It makes you just want to dance, like not really dance, but just kind of flex, like cook, like a Lil B. It's featuring Snoop Dogg, which is an interesting feature, by the way. If you've seen the music video for it, he's just talking to Snoop. Like, he goes into his office and he's like, so I want to work here because I like what y'all do over here. He said, okay, go ahead and show me what you got. Tell me your background story. And he tells him like, well, I grew up here. I really can't say I struggled that much. And like, it doesn't mean I didn't have to work for it. I mean, I could have chose something else. Like, I chose this, but it wasn't all I wanted it to be. And now I'm here. And Snoop was like, what you wanted, it won't pop it, huh? And it's just, it gets to a certain point where he's just flowing, and Snoop's like, okay, I get it, shut the fuck up. But track number 3, who knew? Now this track right here, it's like not a scary beat, but it sounds like an Odd Future type of thing. I can't explain it really, but I like it. Like, what he's talking about and everything, he's like, well, who knew? Who knew this would have happened? Who knew I could have... He's not saying who knew I could have raised over $113,000, but he's saying, like, who knew? Like, who expected me to do this? What he's doing right now. Releasing a debut album. Track number 4, Let Me Freak. Oh, this shit right here was funny as shit. There was a music video to it, too. Basically, he started off at a club, outside of a club. He's eating donuts, and he sees this girl. He wants to buy her a drink after he gets into this awkward conversation about something he said to her. And her friends come over to check over, make sure everything's okay. And she's like, no, he's like, it's fine. Can you tell it's a rape? And then they're like, oh, okay. And he's like, I'm just playing. But then he's like, let me buy you a drink. And she's like, sure. And they go in, and he tries to buy her a drink, but the cards decline. He's like, what the fuck? And then he tells her, like, his life story, even though I believe it's made up, about him being athletic and everything. Then he gets her back home, fucking in bed. And then next thing you know, the next, like 7 months later, they're in love, dating. And one morning, he wants to fuck because they haven't done it in a minute, and he just kisses her, and nothing happens because he grabs her tits, by the way, but she's like, I don't like that. And he's like, I want to email my boss because he pissed me off. And they're like, really, bitch? Now? Right now? Like, yeah. Can't you just help me? He's like, okay. And it's just like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? And they get into a fight about everything, like who the fuck is Jamie or Jane or whatever the bitch's name is that she does not like. And like they grow old together. And he's like, I'm tired of this shit. My freaking kids are gone. I can't do nothing with it. He takes like 5 pills or something. And his dick gets rock hard, and it's like, okay. And she's like, he explains to her, I'm tired of doing nothing with you. So what are we gonna do? And she's like, I don't know about sex, but I'll blow you off. He's like, okay. And track number 5. Let me freak for real though. Outro. It's nothing different, just a different beat, but it's kind of more airy, cloud feel. Track number 6, White Crown. This is something. The music video's funny too. Like, it's just weird antics. It's cool though. He's saying like, oh, just because I'm white. Like, basically what he's saying is, just because I'm white, you don't think I can be a criminal. No, I can be a criminal too. Like, and you see he's pulling off not really the most devious pranks or just devious crimes, but he's showing I can be a criminal too. Just because I'm white doesn't mean shit. Now, track number 7, Molly, featuring Brendan Urie. Now, this shit right here had me in my feelings, man. I mean, shit, makes you think about your ex, because he's like, I miss you. I miss the good times we had, but now we don't have them anymore. And I still think about you, and I want to text you, and I want to call you. I want to say I love you, even though I can't say I love you. But you know what, bitch? I fucking love you. And Yuri comes in on, and he's like, you can find another me tomorrow, and that's the hardest pill to swallow. It's just the freaking chorus makes you like, damn. But track number 8, Bruh. I understand why this shit's called Bruh, because this shit had me like, bruh. Because he's just flowing. I mean, just strictly flowing. Track number 9, Hannibal Interlude. It's nothing really. It's like basically a news report at first. That's what you get from it. And then it gets to some random guy just talking. I can't even tell if it's Dicky. Well, it is featuring Hannibal Buress, so I don't know. Track number 10, Save That Money, featuring Fetty Wap and Rich Homie Quan. This is another interesting feature list right here for this track right here. Basically just saying like, we don't have it like y'all. We pretend like we do, but we don't. But I think Fetty Wap and Rich Homie do have it like not like they perceive or want people to believe they do. But I'm sure they got it, at least better than Dicky do. But he's saying like, yeah, we're just going to save this money. And Wap's on the freaking chorus talking and whatever he talks, because I can barely understand a word he ever says. And Rich Homie's like, he says something that has nothing to do with saving money. And Dicky reminds him like, well, Quan, what does that have to do with saving money? He's like, you know what? A full verse might have been too much anyway. You got to save that money. Track number 11, Oh Well, featuring Jace of 2-9. Basically, I'm saying, oh well, like I had to do this to get here, but oh well. I may be feeling sad right now for what I have to do and what I do, but oh well. And the beat is kind of sad, makes you feel like, damn. But oh well. Track number 12, Personality, featuring T-Pain. Boy, okay. This shit right here was funny as shit too. It's like, we're using our personality to get pussy, or we're getting pussy with our personality. I think getting pussy with our personalities. I think that's how it goes. But and at the end of the song, he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna rule the world. We're gonna have all this shit, and we can have all them bitches one day." And he's like, Lil Dicky's like, together. He said, "No, not together, but I saw this woman at, I think he said Target, who I wanted to put my penis inside of, but I did not tell her." And that, my friends, is the true meaning of a gentleman. I was like, what? Okay. Anyway, track number 13, Pillow Talking, featuring Brain. That shit right here was funny too. Yo, like, what the fuck? He's basically pillow talking with this bitch who he has over. And they're talking about some shit like her brother who's in the army, because he doesn't know what to say to her. And he's like, oh, interesting. So are you like into the war? And she's like, what? What? Like, what did you say just now? Are you into the war? I said, no, I'm not into the war. And they're gonna get into something about ordering a pizza because they're both hungry, and like I can't have meat on it because I don't eat that shit. I'm a vegetarian. Oh, so I'm not interested. You mean in the war? No, I'm not. And it's like, but they get into God and back to the pizza thing, and then next thing you know, because this song is featuring Brain. Don't know who the fuck that is, but I didn't know who that was, but I'm assuming it's Lil Dicky's Brain. And he comes into it like, Brain. And the Brain goes on about something. And it's like, and Dicky's like, when you get to the subject, he's like, really? You're retarded as shit. We're talking about God here. He said, and the Brain's like, please don't insult the Brain. The Brain could not understand. And he gets into it about God and how everything started. He's like, so God's right, right? God is right. And the girl's like, duh, that's what the whole point's about. He said, yes, Brain. Well, what have you been saying? Can you wrap this up? Okay. So God created Earth. Then God was like, hold up. This shit is boring. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? I mean, this shit was funny. This gotta be the funniest song on here just because of Brain. And then they get to like something else, like, oh, you don't believe in this? Like, I guess you don't even believe in Pangea next. She's like, I think we should move on to something else. And Brain's like, bitch don't even know about Pangea. I was like, shit, shut the fuck up. I mean, damn. Track number 14, parental advisory interlude. Basically talking to his parents again. Um, that's it. Like, they're just talking. And that's it. Now, track number 15, Classic Male Pregame, which is actually one of my favorite tracks on here. And shout out to Balla, because this is one of his favorite tracks on here, too. Basically, it's just the classic male pregame. I mean, the boys are just, excuse me. Sorry about that. Real early this morning. The boys are just really going through their pregame. Like, they're rolling up, smoking, taking shots of everything. And Dick is like, yeah, I'm going to need some more. Like, I'm going to need some more shots so I can actually talk to these bitches. Like, he said he got like 7 shots of Hennessy in them and 3 condoms. And it's just a classic male pregame. Like, they're playing the game, they're talking about the NBA, they keep arguing about the top 10 in the NBA, having an argument over LaMarcus Aldridge. And he's texting this girl, and then like, well, the bitches are out here, so what are we gonna do now? That's what his friend says. And he's like, you know what, fucking, I'll just leave it, because ain't nobody really coming. So they're just smoking, and this one dude, high as fuck, blacks out while playing Guitar Hero, I believe it was. And it's just like, yo. And then he goes into the bathroom. I believe he says he jacks off. And yeah, he throws up because he's high and drunk as fuck in the bathroom. And his friend walks into the bedroom, sees him texting, and he's just taking pictures and texting this girl. And he's like, you know what? I'm not mad, but I know you didn't clean the bathroom, sir. Like, oh boy. Track number 16, The Antagonist. Now, I believe this is the track where he makes a, actually, no, never mind. But this is just talking about an antagonist and how he's antagonizing and how other people are antagonizing. And then track number 17 is basically the same thing, the antagonist too. Track number 18, another interlude. Parents still don't understand. And what can I say? The parents are still, they just don't understand. And they talk about like, he's like, is there anything we can do for you? And he's like, actually, I don't know, but maybe, yeah, you could call a place and see like who requires or allows strippers or something like that, dancers and things like that. And the dad's like, you know what? If you give me the number, I'd be willing to call. And he's like, the fact that you even entertain that is something you do. Like, what? Like, I'm not gonna call for my parents. I'm not gonna let my parents call a club so they can ask if their son can have a stripper there or not. Anyway, track number 19, Work. Paid for that. This shit right here reminds me like I'm in a freaking club in Miami. I mean, I've been to Miami. Never been inside the club in Miami, but I've been to Miami, and it's a club feel. And I know LeBron would know about that, but that's not my business. Anyway, track number 19, Work. Paid for that. It's like saying, wow, work. Paid for that. Like, when I first saw it, I was going to talk about fuck a job, like work. get paid for that? But he's talking about like what he does, like what it's like being a professional rapper. Yeah, living the lifestyle of a rapper, and he's like work, get paid for that. Like I'm getting paid for doing this shit, really? Like I think I did a good job the other night when I didn't really rap. All I did was talk for a short amount of time, and I got paid for that. It's like, hey, he knows what he's talking about. Like he's exposing the game. And like towards the end, he talks about like saying the N word and like how black people how they use it. No, that was antagonist. But he talks about the N word again and worked to pay for that near the end. And he's like, I probably shouldn't say that, but oh well. Bye. Now track number 20, Truman. I love this beat right here. It's like 3 minutes. It's like him rapping. But then for the last 7 to 6 minutes, he's saying thank yous to like LeBron, Kobe, Michael Jordan, his mom, giving credit to the fans for like the Kickstarter thing. He said, "What the fuck y'all know about a Kickstarter? That's what you call the greatest fans in the world." And just the whole beat, I love how it goes. I'm not gonna chop and screw this album, but I'm definitely downloading some songs to my phone. I'm definitely a lot of songs to my phone, and I'm definitely chopping some songs up, putting them up on Audio Mac. But anyway, my full review for this is I went into this expecting like I told Ball Up like his name and the name of the album made me think, okay, this might be just all of a joke, but it was a joke. Like he is in the comedy rap, alternate rap, hip hop slash. It says something right here actually. Lil Dicky he's not just in the alternate rap and the comedy rap and just strictly hip hop. He's in meme rap as well, whatever that is. But see, as far as being political, like a 3.5 out of 10. Socially conscious, I'll give it like a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10 when it comes to socially consciousness. Now, when it comes to like just being hip hop, 5.5 out of 10. But in terms of overall like me liking it, well, let me judge it one more time in another aspect. Being funny, like comedy rap, 8.5, maybe a 9. But as far as me overall liking this album, I'm gonna give this a strict 8. This was an enjoyable album, like really. I really like this album. It made me laugh a lot, put me in my feelings a little bit, made me think. The flow was amazing. Like you hear some Bone slash Migo slash 3 6 Mafia, mainly Lord Infamous, or Drake on Versace flow on a good amount of songs on here. He was, like I said, he was a little bit socially conscious, personally conscious, a little insightful, talking about the N-word and antagonist and political. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Like I didn't find anything about that. But yeah, socially conscious, personally conscious, insightful. Not like I said, not political, but there's another word. Deep, but not like he's crying over it. It's like a joke. Like yeah, some things like he's in his feelings on a couple songs and it hurts, but he's like it's still a joke. Like it's not that serious. It hurts, but it's a joke to me, and that's a cool way to be. Like Lil Dicky, right? That's the white boy in me, okay? That's the inner white boy in me through this dude right here. Like he reminds me of the way I felt when I first heard Hopsin or Tyler the Creator. He reminds me of Tyler the Creator and Hopsin in the joking way that he is, and a little bit of like old Eminem, but just in a not to be racist here, but in a Jewish way. Not to be racist, okay? But anyway, like I said, overall, 8 out of 10. What do you think of my review? Do you like it? Do you think it should have been higher? Do you think it should have been lower? Did I hit it right on point? What's your review if you've heard the album? I recommend listening to this. I'm going to leave you the links. You can buy this album. I'm not going to buy it. But if I see it in stores, I'm going to buy the hard copy. I'll leave you the link so you can listen to it for free as well. Shout out to Ball Up for recommending this. I really enjoyed it, so shout out to you, bro. If you got any more suggestions, go ahead and send them my way, because like good music. Also be sure to share this video, like it. If you didn't like it, you already know what the deal is. Hit the dislike button. Get me on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Audio Mac, Instagram, my email, all that's in the description below. And I will see y'all next time. Lil Dicky, debut album, professional rapper. Done.